Have you ever been in that type of a situation where you're trying to make people know things, you're trying to talk to them, you're trying to teach them things, you're trying to open their eyes, but they just can't see. They can't. One after another, they can't see in a pattern. Do you know what that means? You need to crack that stuff off. Why? Crack this attitude off that you have. Do not teach them. Because the truth is, if you're a light worker, higher energy, higher being, whatever that is for you, you will know that not every person, and even more so right now, plenty are undeserving of your attention. And more than that, plenty are undeserving of that knowledge, and they don't understand it because they don't deserve it. Listen, they haven't reached that potential that you have, they haven't put in the work. You cannot just go ahead and open their eyes for themselves and without them doing any work. People might want to get fast to the top. This is where they aim. And spiritually, they aim there too. They don't know what it takes to be in such a position spiritually. They don't know what it takes to have that immense soul work and to reach certain heights there. They see it in a materialistic value type of a being, as an accomplishment and as a goal setting. This cannot be the mentality with spirituality. This cannot be. And as a result, these people, if you try to help them, they get punished because they should do the work for themselves and realize first and foremost that this is not an athletic competition. This is not a workspace competition. This is no competition. It isn't. The one that you're competing here is you. Unless somebody else, of course, is attacking you. That's a whole different deal. We're not going to talk about this here. But, like, people are undeserving of that knowledge, and that's why they don't understand it. This is why it doesn't gather in their brain. This is why they cannot receive this information. Spirit is blocking them. That energy is blocking them because they're not doing that immense work they're supposed to do. They're avoiding the immense soul work in depth in order to just jump over the obstacle fast forward, to jump for that height. They can't do that. They can't do that. They're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to do the heavy soul work. And listen, yes, I know very well how it is when your partner, I mean ex-partner, okay? I'm not partnered with anybody. Ex-partner, or friend, family member, whatever. Okay, whatever that is for you. I know how it feels when they don't see things. But you gotta let it go. Listen. Listen to me now and clearly. Because you will remember this afterwards. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it flow and let it go. Why? Just like in the famous Elsa song, you gotta run up that hill on your own. And you run up that hill. You don't jump on top of it. You run up that hill because you've done the work. You have that path. They don't have that path. They haven't gone the path. They want to jump on top of that freaking hill. They can't do that. They want to have that castle. They want to have these virtues and things. They gotta do the hard work. Just like you did. Otherwise, they're gonna be punished. And that punishment can be severe. It depends on what they have done. Listen, and for it to not even happen in worse places or touch you, because you need to help other people to elevate. You need to help others then. You need to be there for those intact. You need to remain safe and intact for these people who can open their eyes and who can and want to do the hard work for themselves, to elevate themselves and their energy. You gotta remain intact. That's why you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta let them go. You gotta let them go through that suffering, because that burning flame of suffering will actually awaken them to their true potential. I'm telling you. You don't have to go through that karma with them, because if you go through that, you will sacrifice yourself for nothing. You might be angry right now at my words. You might only remember it afterwards when something already gone to shite and happened. But you gotta count that in. At least give it a little thought of letting it go and let them flow through that immense depth of soul work. Let them go through that fire, because only fire can forge a true soul. If you want to elevate, you gotta go through it. If they got some karma for what they did, they gotta go through it. If you're a light worker, higher being, you can't just like, or which I don't know, like whatever it is for you. You can't just like, oh, I'm going to save this person uh because I'm stronger. No. Listen, first of all, you're not letting them to have that strength to gain it. You're not letting them to do the work, and you're not letting them to show their true strength and true potential that they have within. You're not letting them. And they need that. They need that. Avoid jumping in as a sacrifice, because by self-sacrificing yourself, you will not be. What will be there for those who really need that elevation further on in time? Who will be there? Nothing. Poof! You're gone. You sacrificed yourself and your energy, and you're depleted after you tried to sacrifice for a person who didn't even see things because they had to forge through that fire themselves. They had to go through that fire themselves. They had to go through those flames and forge their power, recognize their potential. By the way, this is interesting because, I mean, the whole fire thing and theme, this is like a common thing for me. I mean, the Bridget, fires and stuff. And, yeah, something just fell. It's like, some people will fall from the grace, and I already explained previously what that means. They won't pass that test, they won't forge through their demons, they won't understand where's their truth. They will just like submit to low vibration. Let them go. You need to help someone else. Elevate on their own. Let them elevate on their own, and you elevate on your own. Do it for yourself, because you need that fire, you need that potential within you. You need to keep it burning. You need it for others, to help those who actually need it. Period. Literally. Do not sacrifice yourself for a smaller cause than what you need to do. Don't downplay yourself. Thank you for listening.